Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It is a gorgeous day. I'm wearing my Monte Rosa Isabel Kramer pattern. It's very windy and it's about 60, and it's, not going to get super warm today, but I'm perfectly comfortable. I'm feeling red, gang. I wonder if this might be my sample. Do I still have lipstick in it? This goes on so creamy. But it's one of those stay all days. No. They aren't very big. And the sample was, 3/4 of this size, so it's sometimes hard to tell when you're not got one next to the other. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. This is NYX Smooth Whip in the color Icing on Top. Red does not scream icing to me. I don't know. I should leave it alone. I can hear Christy. Leave it alone. I'm leaving it alone. It stays creamy for a little while and then it's not creamy anymore. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. So yesterday we made our spaghetti out of chicken breasts. It was good, except Dennis put too much burger in the sauce, and so it wasn't saucy enough. It was all meat on top of the spaghetti, which was made from meat. So I'm going to visit Aura today, and I'm going to stop on the store on the way home. I'm going to get more sauce so we can sauce up our burger and sauce up our leftovers, because we have lots of leftovers. The thing is, when, pasta's made out of flour, you can eat a lot of it because carbs make you hungry, and so it, sort of self-perpetuating. Chicken breast doesn't do that. Funny how it works. It's very satisfying and satiating. So you can't eat a big pile of it, which is a kind of disappointing when you're so used to just like digging in and eating for a while. But you just get full. But it's working out really well. It does tick that spaghetti box pretty well. This is a recipe from Chris Cooking Nashville. He's the carnivore guy who's doing all kinds of wacko things. So we did that last night, and that was fun. You got to pipe it into the water. It's like a paste, and you pipe it into the water. When you make pasta, you just make it stiff enough that you could slice it and put it in the water. It's a little bit the same thing, but not, So we did that. What else did I do yesterday? I was thinking of a couple things I did to tell you. I didn't see Ori yesterday. Dennis went by himself. So I worked on dinner and I knit. I watched some podcasts and I knit. And I watched some Top Chef and I knit. I was knitting yesterday. I was a knitter yesterday. I was a little concerned when I stopped. Now, I stopped knitting before I stopped watching TV because I was done knitting, but I probably knit for 8 hours yesterday. I don't know who I am. I don't know who this person is anymore. Oh, dear. What's the front? This is the front. So this is where I am on my sweater. So this is the Daft Days Cardigan. Excuse me. Daft Days Cardigan by Cranberry Designs. Can you see anything in that? And it's the Cranberry, I don't know, knitting podcast. I will stop trying to pronounce that. That's her there. And I don't know the name of the person behind this brand, but this is it. And you can kind of see it's got this wacko design in all the stripes, but it's a 2-row repeat that is a 2-stitch repeat on 1 row, and then the next row you just purl, because it's a cardigan, so it's not being knit in the round. It's being knit back and forth. Now, I was trying to manage my all my ends as I was going along by kind of knitting them into the first stitch, because I'm thinking I'm going to be picking up that first stitch for my button band, but then, you know, the first stitch inside your button band, it shows when you wear your cardigan open. So I've decided I'm not going to do that. Now, what I have been doing is I've been taking my mini and combining it with my mohair. You can see the little string. The mohair is very, very thin. Of course, it puffs up a little bit because of the, you know, all the fuzz. But I think I'm going to have to use darkish minis, because the little piece of fuzz and the little white string does, you know, temper the color a little bit. But I am so much enjoying knitting this. And it was my trove I couldn't remember the name of yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I knew you were yelling at me at my, you know, I knew it. I heard you, Carol. I heard you, Marianne. Danielle, I heard you. But it's too late. I already hung up. So I guess there's something about these minis and a sweater that really grabbed me. So I knit for about 8 hours yesterday. I had less than an inch done of this, so this is how much I did in a day. And it was a good day of knitting, I have to say. But I was done. I was done about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. I was done. And my arm is a tad sore. After I was done, I'm like, oh, what's that doing to my arm? But I wasn't thinking that while I was knitting. Never crossed my mind, to be honest. So I'm a little late this morning because I had to ball up my yarn. As you can see, it's an Knit Pick Stroll in the color, well, I can't see it, but it's, oh, Bear. It's called Bear, like Bare Naked Bear. And so I'm holding everything double because it's a DK pattern. So my stripes are going to be a little thinner than the beige because the mohair is thinner, but it's really not reading that way in this little bit that I've done. Now I've got pickles. So the other thing is, these stripes use less than 4 grams of my minis. So I can take the smallest little ball of leftovers and use it if I want to. Now, these colors are all Megan colors. so far. I still have enough of my Megan Advent that I made my trove from to make this too. And I'm a little concerned because they'll look too much the same, but they were always going to look somewhat the same because they're striped. Now, and they got a main color in between. Now, my other main color was pink, and this is beige. It's going to be a cardigan. I mean, nobody's going to say, oh, you use the same yarns, but it was always going to look familiar between the two sweaters, so it's not a big deal. Plus, I have some really beautiful colors from Danielle and Verena and other people who have given me minis. So, but the fun thing is that a 5-gram mini is enough. So I had Sweet Sparrow yarns. Oh, hers were 10 grams. They weren't even 5 grams. What was it that used to be 5 grams? Oh, it was those little tiny things that you got a whole bunch of them and you can never remember who they were from because they didn't put the labels on right. I can't think of it. But anyway, I have a lot of minis to choose from, but being the lazy girl I am, I still have all my Megan minis in my clear plastic container that Christy made me for Christmas. But you know what? I'm gonna go grab a whole bunch of dark, yummy colors and throw them in there because I have room, and that will be where I pick my colors from. I don't think I want variegated, too much of wild colors. Danielle's a lot of them are sock yarns. I don't want self-striping. So I'm going to go through them and pick out the dark, bright, bold colors that I want and put them all together in that clear plastic yarn bag that Christy made me for Christmas. And then I'll be all set. I'm holding it in my classy bag here that is made by the Bearded Pearl. And my beige yarn will fit in that, and then I'll have a separate stockpile of yummy colors for my stripes. You can hear Dennis, he's mowing now. So anyway, I knit all day yesterday. I have no idea. And I was sitting there this morning, reading the news and whatever, thinking, I feel a lot better this morning than I usually do. Could be the knitting. Daft Days Cardigan by these people. Creabea. Yeah. Thank you again, Lisa. Lisa gave me this pattern. And I was so excited yesterday. I really, and I love how it's going. It's going to be warm. And as I was getting dressed today in my other really only cardigan that I wear, winter cardigan, I'm like, if I had my cardigan done, I'd be wearing it today. Famous last words, right? Is that going to be my screenshot? My lipstick matches my cup. I was watching podcasts yesterday. People are like, oh, this could be my screenshot. And I'm like, I never do that. Anyway, kids, I had so much fun knitting yesterday. It was really, really nice. I didn't do much else, I'll be honest. But for a real change of pace, thinking about taking my knitting with me when I go visit Aura, to sit and visit and knit. I could do that. Because I can watch TV and knit this, I can talk and knit this. This is the easiest stitch pattern to knit while you're talking to people, and it's got a really lovely texture, and I'm very happy with it. I do like me a slip stitch, to be honest. So there you go. So that's my plans for today. I'm gonna visit Aura, go grocery shopping, a couple of things. I want to make my Cosmopolitan vodka. Dennis found a sous vide recipe for what I call Cosmopolitan vodka. It's really cranberry infused vodka, but I also put in some orange peel into it, and a Cosmopolitan is cranberry juice, lime, and Cointreau, which is an orange flavored liqueur. But you know, liqueurs are quite sweet. So I have a Cointreau that I made with artificial sweetener that I could use, but it's just orange. So when I make my cranberry infused vodka, I just put orange peel in it, and voila. So all you have to do is add lime, and it would be a Cosmo, but I add lemon because my lemon juice is so much easier for me to make, and it's delicious. And my friends and family who like Cosmos really like it. So, but apparently in May, you can't find frozen cranberries everywhere. I was at the Acme yesterday, or the day before yesterday. No frozen cranberries, and it uses frozen. I didn't even look in produce to see if I could find fresh cranberries. Apparently, people only care about cranberries around the holidays. So I am going to a different store on my way home today, since, you know, I live in a well-built up area that has plenty of stores, and I will try again to find some cranberries so I can infuse my vodka. So Carol and I do rhubarb gin every year. I have morphed more into the strawberry flavored gin, but now's the time. Her rhubarb's going great guns. I haven't looked for rhubarb. So because of her, I started infusing gin a few years ago, and so I have been infusing rhubarb gin, strawberry gin, and strawberry rhubarb gin. Mostly strawberry, I will confess. And I just opened the last jar of my strawberry rhubarb gin a few weeks ago. It's gone now. But in anticipation, I was getting a new one. But once I put the fruit in the gin, I let it sit for, at least a month. But Dennis has a recipe, and I could use this for those strawberries, I bet, that uses his sous vide. And the sous vide machine keeps, you immerse things in water, and the machine keeps the water at exactly the same temperature, and it cooks things wonderful. It's wonderful for meats and things. You put them in a vacuum bag so that everything touches the water, and it keeps it at a constant temperature. Dennis uses it for all kinds of things. He uses it for pasteurizing cream. He uses it for, well, anyway. So if you put the vodka and the frozen cranberries and the little pieces of lemon peel into mason jars and put it in the sous vide and run it at 140 degrees for 3 or 4 hours, it's done. So it's very quick if you can find frozen cranberries. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And it occurred to me that if I can't find frozen cranberries, I'm going to look for fresh cranberries. Probably also hard to find because nobody uses cranberries except at the holidays. But if I can find fresh ones, I'm just going to throw the bags of fresh cranberries in the freezer till they freeze. Because I think the freezing them, breaks down some of the, cell walls and things. So they have a little bit of a different texture and probably infuse better because they're frozen. They do specify frozen. But I can throw cranberry bags in the freezer and freeze them myself, right? I don't know why not. If I can find fresh, we'll see. Anyway, I knit yesterday all day, and I'm gonna knit today. My arm, maybe not, it hurts a little bit more than it did yesterday. Maybe I won't knit quite as much, but I won't, because I'm going to upload this, then I'm going to go visit Aura, then I'm going to go to the store, I'll come home. I won't be home too long before we have to walk the dogs. So that's 3 hours that I knit yesterday that I'm not going to knit today. So that's okay, right? Anyway, it feels good to be knitting. Oh, and it's Sunday, so I may be crafting with Christy tonight. That would be good. She has been having low stitchy mojo lately. I just watched her video. She put it out a few days ago, and I hadn't seen it. But she was thinking maybe she was going to get her mojo back. So I know I haven't been doing much crafting when I talk to her on Sundays, and maybe we'll be stitching together tonight. That'd be fun. While we talk. She's on her break from school, and she's soon coming east to attend a class in Virginia, and after that she's coming to visit us. So there you go. Which means I need to strip the beds and get the sheets washed, so Pete and Terry can make the beds. That's one nice thing. They make the beds. If the sheets are clean, they'll make the beds for me. So I will do that. And they're coming next week on Friday. What do you think the chances are I'll have my Christmas decorations down by then? I don't know. Maybe I should just give up on taking them down and just keep them up. Just say I'm keeping them up. Period. We'll see. But Chrissy can have clean sheets, and I won't have to make the bed. So that's good. Anyway, all right. I am really rambling now. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe and stay sane.